If you've run or are running Google Ads for your law firm and you didn't get the results that you want, there are 5 reasons that we see Google Ads accounts fail. And I'm about to break them down and show you how to fix them. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive in here, and I'm really excited about this because, again, we've audited a lot of accounts and we've seen just simple mistakes that can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. So these are the 5 reasons why your firm's Google Ads failed and how to fix them. So these are the reasons, and then I'm going to talk about each one in depth and how you can go about fixing it. So tracking is the first thing, smart campaigns, match types, negative keywords, and landing pages. So just a little background on our agency, and me and my brother were the owners of the company. We've spent close to $50 million on ads, so we have learned a thing or two over the past 10 years in marketing. We worked with over 300 clients, and we are Google Premier Partners, which puts us in the top 3% of agencies as far as Google is concerned because of our ability to grow accounts and the number of accounts under management. So again, we have done this for a long time. We have a lot of experience, and we're going to help you out with the mistakes that we've made and seen. So the first thing that I want to talk about is tracking. And I think that this is a heavily overlooked subject when it comes to running Google Ads. A lot of people fall short when it comes to tracking. So if you're not tracking correctly, you are essentially flying blind, and it is impossible to optimize your campaigns if you're not tracking the 3 main events. And to double down on the idea of tracking, if you're using automated bid strategies, which is what usually Google recommends that you do, then you're not passing Google the information that it needs in order for it to improve your campaigns. And so how Google's automated bidding systems work is once you get some data coming into the account, meaning you've had some phone calls or you've had people fill out your contact forms or you've had people chat, Google takes those into account and says, okay, well, these people are the type of people who are taking actions and becoming leads. So let's transform our bid strategy to target more people like that. So essentially, your campaigns get more and more efficient over time because Google is learning what your ideal customer looks like. And so if you're not tracking, you don't have this ability at all. And if you're tracking the wrong events, which happens a lot more than you would think, then you're fooling Google and you're fooling yourself into thinking you're getting good performance. So tracking is a very slippery slope. Whenever I'm auditing an account, if tracking is not set up or it's not set up properly, pretty much all the past data is irrelevant. You can't really do anything with it. You have to start tracking in order to make intelligent decisions going forward. Think about it like you're going to the doctor, and you go to the doctor and you don't tell them a thing. They're not going to know where to even begin diagnosing you. Do you have a foot problem? Do you have a brain problem? Do you have a heart problem? If you don't tell them anything, they'll have no clue on how to fix it. And tracking is the same exact way. Tracking is the symptoms pretty much of the account. Is the account doing good? Is the account doing bad? And then how do we fix those problems? So the 3 main things that you can track are form submissions. So when someone fills out a contact form, calls using CallRail, and chats. And so form submissions are tracked using Google Analytics or the Google script in Google Ads. And I actually have videos on our YouTube channel on how to do this. It's very straightforward. It takes a few minutes to set up and it will start producing data for you immediately. For calls, these are a little more tricky. You need to use something called CallRail. And what CallRail does is it puts a unique phone number on your website or landing page. And so every person that comes there that calls that unique number is stamped with data, and then it can feed that data back to Google Ads. So again, those are the main 2 things that we track, and they're very straightforward to track, and they will start feeding data into your account immediately. And I have videos on YouTube on the actual tactical way to do it, so the exact step-by-step method. So if you are interested in doing that yourself, go ahead and check it out, or you could book a call with me, and I'd be more than happy to walk you through this. All right, so tracking, again, super, super important. It all starts here. If you're not tracking, the rest doesn't matter. So the next thing is smart campaigns. And are they that smart? So smart campaigns help you highlight selling points of your business and attract customers. And they use the information on your site based on your site to create the ads and the keywords. Now, let me just start by saying, number one, I'm a huge fan of Google. I love Google, but Google is in business to make money. And how they make money is by getting people on the platform, advertisers on the platform, and spending money. And so they created smart campaigns for people who don't know how to set up ad accounts and to get them running very quickly. So Google's idea is, let me get some people in here, let me get them spending some money. Hopefully we can drive some success. And if they have success, they'll keep spending. If they don't, oh well, we lost somebody. But that is pretty much Google's model when it comes to smart campaigns. It's a way for them to bring more people in and not have any advertising background. And so how smart campaigns typically work is they will buy keywords that are related to your business, meaning your business name. So they will literally buy your law firm's name as a keyword. And this is essentially traffic that you're going to get anyway if you rank organically for your own keywords, which I hope you do. Or in some cases, it will actually buy competitor traffic, which is like the complete polar opposite of your firm's name. It's one of your competitors. And traditionally, this is the lowest quality traffic that you can go after in an account. The hierarchy of traffic quality is, first, it would be your firm's name because these are people searching for you. It could be existing customers, so you might be wasting money on that. Then it's keywords related to your practice area. So like divorce attorney, probate attorney, whatever it is. Those are going to be your next set of high probability like closing keywords. And then the lowest tier of keywords is going to be your competitors, because people who are looking for your competitors may already want to do business with them, or they're existing clients of your competitors and you don't want them clicking your ads anyway. And so smart campaigns, again, they're designed to get you to dip your toes into Google Ads because they are set up with a couple clicks of a button, but they are not efficient and they are not great at driving quality leads. So my advice to you is stay away from smart campaigns. And to go back to our original problem in the account, which is tracking, if you don't have tracking set up, then how can smart campaigns do anything? Because they're relying on data coming back into the account to make decisions. That's why they're quote unquote smart. But again, in my opinion, they're not that smart. I've never really seen a smart campaign perform better than a manual campaign. So again, I would advise you to stay away from them. If you're having success with a smart campaign, then manual campaigns will be even better for you. So this next one is another huge concept, and this is another one of those instances where Google steers you wrong. If you talk to Google or you talk to one of their reps, they will tell you to buy broad keywords, and I'll explain what broad match means in a few seconds here. So keyword match types help you control which searches on Google can trigger your ad. So you can use broad match to show your ad to a wide audience, or you can use exact match to hone in on specific searches. And so I'm going to use an example to illustrate this point, and then I'll elaborate a little bit more. So if you target the word shoe using broad match, you can come up for shoes, sneakers, boots, sandals, socks. I fell in a lake and my shoe is wet. Because the word shoe is present in any of those searches or is closely related to those based on Google's context, they will show your ad for a ton of different variations of the word shoe, and not even variations, but completely different words. You're giving Google the reins on who you want to target. And the reason this is dangerous is because let's say you are a divorce attorney and the word attorney is in there. Well, they know that attorneys are also bankruptcy attorneys, personal injury attorneys, real estate attorneys. And so you can see how slippery of a slope it can be if you're showing your word for other practice areas that you're not even a part of. And that is what broad match does. It brings in very wide ranges of traffic. And so using a match type will control the specificity of the traffic that you bring in. So if you do something like phrase match or exact match, then the keyword that you're targeting has to match the user's query almost exactly, or it has to have it in the phrase. And so that way you control the traffic quality coming in. And so again, this is one of those nuances that can save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Do not use broad match in your campaigns. And the way you can tell that is you just go to the keywords you're targeting and it'll say broad, phrase, or exact. So again, huge concept here. Most people end up using broad match keywords because they don't even know that other match types exist. We always stick to phrase and exact match. We almost never use broad match unless we need tons of volume. And in most cases, you just don't need it that much. So again, definitely be careful when it comes to using match types. Again, you have access to broad, which brings in a huge variety of traffic. Phrase is a little more picky, and then exact is the most exact, as the name suggests, in bringing in the exact traffic that you want. So the next thing here is negative keywords, and negative keywords let you exclude search terms from your campaigns and help you focus on the keywords that matter to your customers. And so how this works is in Google, when you're targeting people, you can actually see what the user is typing in to trigger your ad. So you can see all the different phrases that are coming through. And there will be phrases that do not make sense for you to go after. And so you don't want to continue showing your ad for low quality phrases. So for an example, let's look at these ones here. If someone types in, if you're targeting the word divorce attorney and you're doing it broad or phrase, if someone types in free divorce attorney advice, your ad will trigger because the word divorce attorney is in their search because you're targeting it. Now, free is never something you want to target because this is going to bring in traffic or people that can't really afford to pay you. So you don't want that traffic. Advice is another one. That means they're seeking advice. They're probably not looking to pay anybody. The next example is pro bono attorney. Let's say you're targeting the word attorney, which I don't recommend unless you do all practice areas. If you don't want to come up for pro bono, which most people don't, then you want to put a negative in for the word pro bono. And now whenever someone searches pro bono attorney, your ad will not show, and you do not have the ability to get someone to click it, which will save you money on the cost per click. The next example, I'll just run through two more, is cheap wills and trusts. Again, you don't want to do this if you're selling a premium product. You don't want to come up for people who are looking for cheap stuff. And then the last one is DIY estate planning. So let's say someone's looking for LegalZoom or something like that, and they're looking to just get a document and try and manipulate it themselves. This is another thing that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to deal with DIY traffic. You want to go for the money keywords, which is like estate planning attorney or how do I hire an estate planning attorney, those types of keywords. Negative keywords will help you clean your traffic up and get better and better traffic as time goes on. So I suggest that you do them at least a few times a week. We do them every day for our clients. So this next one is a very, very important one as well. I would say all of these things are super important. Like these are make or break items in your campaigns. So landing pages. What is a landing page? So I'm going to read this definition. It's probably straight off Google, so it's pretty accurate. In digital marketing, a landing page is a standalone web page created specifically for a marketing or advertising campaign. It's where a visitor lands after they click a link from either email, Google Ads, whatever it is. Unlike web pages, which typically have many goals to encourage exploration, landing pages are designed with a single focus or goal, known as a call to action. So what the heck does all that mean? So pretty much this is a very focused page that is devoted to each keyword that you're going after. So let's say that you are a family attorney, right? I would suggest having a page for divorce, custody, general family. Let's say you're doing some paternal stuff. Each page needs to be relevant to the keyword that you're targeting. That way they get exactly what they're asking for when they're searching for you. And so what we do is we build a page per keyword that we target. It is devoted to that keyword. The entire page is about it. The other aspects of this page that I'm going to point out in the picture here is you can notice that there's no navigation at the top of this page. There's no blog. There's no about us. We do not want the person to get distracted and explore like a normal website. We want them to stay focused on the task at hand, which is reading about what we do and calling or filling out the form. And so to give you some context on how landing pages perform versus like a homepage, usually our landing pages will convert at 20 to 30%, usually closer to 30, but that's the range. A homepage will usually convert at like 5 to 10%, sometimes lower. If you have a good homepage, it's converting in that 5 to 10% range. And so you can see that if you get 100 visitors to your homepage and you get 5 to 10 leads, or you get 100 visitors to your landing page and you get 20 to 30 leads, you can see which campaign is going to be more profitable. You're going to get almost double or triple the amount of opportunities just sending somebody to a landing page because it's a dedicated, focused page. So again, highly recommend using landing pages in all of your advertising. And it's something that we test pretty regularly, and I suggest that you do the same thing. So again, landing pages are a game changer. This is what we do for our clients. We build landing pages and we run ads. Websites are something that is later in the game to try and get your local and your rankings up, but landing pages for advertising specifically are crucial. So some common mistakes with landing pages is, again, sending someone to a general page. The other thing is not having a clickable phone number or buttons on mobile. So you can see the little mobile view here. The button at the top of that is the phone number, and when they click it, it will automatically make the call, which just makes their life easier, which in turn will get you more phone calls. Not having the service or concern at the top of the page. So you can see on this page, it says call a knowledgeable, caring divorce lawyer. So we have the service and the concern right at the top of the page, addressing it immediately. If you hide that at the bottom of the page, they may have to scroll, they may get frustrated, they may leave. Another thing that we do on the page you can't see on this page is we have credibility boosters. So we use things like badges, like ABO, Super Lawyers, Bar Association affiliations, things like that. And then testimonials also help a lot. So we put Google testimonials on here. If they have video testimonials, we'll put them on there. But again, testimonials go a long way because it shows that social proof that you know what you're doing and other people have said so. And then the last thing is having your values above the fold. So what above the fold means is they don't have to scroll to get to it. And so here above the fold, number one, we have the target keyword that we're going for. We're addressing their concern. We have the location. So Texas, they're an attorney in Texas. We also have other value propositions. So client-centered, not afraid to go to trial, affordable payment plans and financing, free consultations. So pretty much all the heavy hitting value propositions are right there above the fold. So they know exactly what to expect when they get to the firm. So this is a again a very simple presentation, but the 5 things that I've talked about here, literally, if you're missing any one of them, your campaigns can perform very low. It can almost make or break your campaigns, all of these 5 things. And again, we have tested these things over years and distilled it down to these 5 things. So I highly recommend that if you're not doing these things, or if you've made some of the mistakes I've talked about, rectify them in the ways that I've talked about it. And if you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to show you what we're doing. I'd audit your account, take a look at any mistakes, or if you're doing a good job, I'll tell you that too. So go ahead and book a call with me if you're interested, and we can talk about how to improve your Google Ads performance. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for your time.